Be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. #1, the traditional handoffs. #2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Second down, Murray. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the ground, here's the one-time Seminole. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
When you go out and invest in a young guy like this to be part of your backfield's future, you got to find ways to get him involved early, and I think here's a case of doing just that.
It's a zone read, and Murray hanging on to it. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Murray gonna hand this to Benson. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down. They'll try and run here with Benson. They'll put him down right at the 20, but they'll also move the sticks. That is a first down picked up. Play action now. It's Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And the Cardinals are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
From the shotgun, it's Murray. This one caught at the 4. And he's in. Zay Jones. Touchdown, Cardinals. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cardinals will take a 7-0 lead. So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. On the return, it is Trey Tucker. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They're led out by the man from Purdue, their quarterback, Aiden O'Connell.
Here's a guy that could be described as your very traditional, typical drop-back passer. We don't have a lot of them left in today's modern offense, but he can stand tall in the pocket, and he can throw it all over the field. But when it comes to operating NFL offense at a high level, he's got some growing to do. That's where his development and the next step has to come. Now, today is going to be a big opportunity for him to showcase, has that development started, and if he can lead his team to a big win, it would go a long way.
On play action, O'Connell. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
In motion is Myers. Here's a first carry for their running back. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
This is what every defense in the league is. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
They'll try and play with some pace early on. In motion is Myers. Now a give up the middle. And he shows off a little footwork, winding his way for a run of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's O'Connell. That one caught by Tucker. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. First down.
He'll get this out wide. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Harrison Bryant, touchdown Las Vegas.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your...
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, so replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. His kick is good, and the Raiders come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. To return is Greg Dortch. And he'll be brought down around the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll try to break out of this dead. Even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line. Second and 7. They'll go right back to Connor. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Robert Spillane spills him there. Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Murray. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
What really stood out to me, Mike, was the body language of the middle linebacker prior to the ball being snapped. So often we see they get a little antsy and they tip their hand, but that wasn't the case here. He times it perfectly, nobody accounts for him, and he comes away with the sack.
So on 4th down, it's Blake Gillikin to punt for Arizona. Back deep for the Raiders, it's Trey Tucker. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Raiders offense about ready to get going on their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Second down and 3. out of the shotgun. O'Connell. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Here's Madison. It's a gain of 12 there. Down Vegas. Up the middle they go. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They go play action. It's O'Connell. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Now O'Connell. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Buda Baker with the coverage defensively, able to break that one up.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And they've got it at the 19-yard line. They're into the red zone and still on the march. First down picked up. They'll stay on the ground. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Here's a run. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal. On the bootleg, it's O'Connell. That's to the end zone, but
doesn't get much better than that. Had he got a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late. It's probably a touchdown.
on 3rd and goal, they'll run for it. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Raiders will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Dortch now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Arizona offense, they get ready for their next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Murray now on 2nd down. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Murray looking to throw. Look wide. Get this one complete. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And not much. They made sure he would not get free. The Raiders. And their running back getting ready to go back to work. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll take this ahead to the 43-yard line. That's Zaven Collins on the stop. 3rd and a yard. Side, it's complete. And it looks like he's gonna have enough. Indeed, the referee does signal it is a 1st down.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To the right side, here's Madison. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Finding space at the 15. And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. A big-time play for Vegas. It's a gain of 34.
Really nice job getting this ball out to the edge, and then once he's able to get clear of the D-line, get vertical and accelerate down the sideline. That's a great run. He's forced out of bounds, but not before setting up 1st and goal.
5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. On the give, this is Madison. And he'll plunge forward to the 2. Setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. A dive, and he's in. Touchdown, Vegas. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders will take a 21-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Dortch now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Cards offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Now Murray keeping it himself, and he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He'll be... throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack. Set up a 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Murray. He'll get that complete to Harrison. And he is very close to the first down, but an eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. Here's Blake Gillikin now, as he is on to punt for Arizona. On the return is Tucker. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's O'Connell. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Now a 3rd and 2. O'Connell to throw. Open man left side. He's got it. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Raider 1st down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
On 1st down, it's O'Connell. That one knocked away and incomplete. Buda Baker with the coverage defensively, able to break that one up.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Quick throw, taken in. He's got room at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Carlson now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Raiders add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cardinals offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. That ball caught. It's Zay Jones. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
That's to the right side and incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he's down inside the 40-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This will be from 56 yards away. And he pushed it. No good. That is wide to the right. Everything's going wrong. Unable to cut into this big deficit.
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. The drive will start on the ground, and he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Turnaround. Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense and Aiden O'Connell heading back onto the field. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. The third quarter begins with a run. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. That's Jalen Thompson up from his safety spot to bring him down. They face second down and 7. To throw is O'Connell. He gets this one to Tucker. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Inside the 30. Oh, yeah. And he's got another one. Touchdown, Raiders. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. Taking care of business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Raiders will extend this third quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Dortch now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Connor. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Nate Hobbs in from his corner spot to make the stop. They'll go again here to Connor. Connor's got the first down and more. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
The challenge of playing a running back like this is you feel like you have him under control. You're doing a nice job putting a lid on him, and then all of a sudden, he's got a big spark play like this. That's the challenge. These guys are just so talented. You can only keep them down so long. That was a really nice run.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the give, this is Connor. And he's trying to get around the corner, but will not. Brought down. That's a loss on the play.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
3rd and long. Throwing Murray. He'll get this out to the left flat. Well, this one is in reverse again. They're going to lose more yardage here, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
The Cardinals line up for a punt, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
He's going to look for the home run ball. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. From the gun, it's O'Connell. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. McBride is the motion man. On 1st down, the drive begins with Connor. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Murray. That'll be taken in. It's Trey Benson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Murray. He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The Cardinals lining up for punt as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get about 5. On the ground, it's Madison. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. Gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers. A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down, Vegas.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
To the ground, a 1st down run. Down the sideline, past the 40. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the 1st half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Throwing on 2nd down, O'Connell. That one caught by Tucker. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Raiders.
Off the play fake, it's O'Connell. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Vegas. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jones now on the return.
The Cardinals
The home team's offense ready for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Now, Murray. Here's a screen set up for Benson.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Murray. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
It is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
He gets that to his big target, Trey McBride. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
They'll throw on first down with Murray. He runs with it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Here's 2nd and 2. Murray will throw. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that will be a bit of a letdown.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. They'll go right back to Connor. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Connor. Not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Murray. And he will get into the end zone. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown, Arizona. Murray and the Cardinals come to the... Out of the gun, and they'll run it with Connor. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard.
I don't love the call. I mean, all week you practice these gotta-have-it plays. Every call sheet, Mike, has 3 or 4 plays that are down here in the goal line that could also be used as 2-point plays. I think to simply turn it around and just hand the ball to your running back, gotta be...
First and 10. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. And he continues to rack up the yardage on the ground, and that last run puts him over 200 rushing yards in this game. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the pistol, it's O'Connell. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
I like the play call there. 2nd, relatively short. Give your quarterback an opportunity to push this ball downfield, but realize this quickly. Nothing developing. Get the ball down to your back. Pick up a new set of downs.
We'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner. The quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big gain.
Now give on the ground. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. To the ground, he'll get it again. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. 3rd down, 3 to go. They go play action. It's O'Connell. He's going to let one go, looking for Myers. And the Cardinals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 10.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense. You're defending your own goal line. You got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On first down, it's Murray. That's taken in by the running back, Benson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. The pressure eventually wearing down this offensive line. They get to the quarterback for the sack.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Have to get this to the 20. Here's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Murray. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from just beyond midfield, and it'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll put a receiver in motion right. Look wide, get this one complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. So this one, a win for the visiting Raiders. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.